Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today we're going to be going over the Forbidden List Saga because everybody loves the TheCaliEffectX Forbidden List Saga. It's a little different from any other YouTuber you guys have seen. For those of you who don't know, this saga is very interesting because we take one card and just one card only from every category, whether it be forbidden, limited, semi-limited, or completely off the list. We all select one card and we explain why we want that card in that spot of the list. I think that this has been a really fun saga to be doing with you guys, and I hope to see some really good responses down below. But with that being said, I think we should start off. Okay, first off, we're going to be going with Forbidden. Now, I know in the OCG there were completely nothing changed, but we're going to go ahead and talk about Royal Magical Library because why is this card still existing? There really shouldn't be any reason for me to explain to it, but for the people that don't know, I will. Royal Magical Library is probably one of the most ill-designed cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Allowing you to infinitely draw cards and all you have to do is infinitely activate spell cards. Now, back when Royal Magical Library came out, it wasn't such a bad card now, was it? No, it was still pretty bad. There was a loop with Butterfly Dagger and Gearfried the Iron Knight. I know, we're going way back, where you would continuously equip Gearfried the Iron Knight with Butterfly Dagger Elma, hence destroying the Butterfly Dagger Elma and returning it back to your hand, giving Royal Magical Library an infinite amount of counters and being able to draw Exodia. Nowadays, Royal Magical Library fuels just every FTK and OTK deck in existence. There's the Chicken Race FTK, which Royal Magical Library helps out. There's the Ignite Chicken Race FTK, which Royal Magical Library helps out. And then there's the Exodia FTK, OTK, or whatever, which Magical Library seems to help out. Magical Library doesn't really do much for us in any meta where it would make a positive impact telling people not to play, you know, solitaire in Yu-Gi-Oh! I just feel like it's a really ill-designed card, and until Konami finally erratas its effect to say once per turn, it definitely deserves to see a forbidden status because it doesn't promote healthy gameplay. Now, I know there are times you guys will be like, Cali Effect, why don't you get Chicken Race? Because Royal Magical Library is just that card to be hit. Next, we're going to be going to the semi-limited cards. And come on, Necros, you really thought that I was gonna let you go untouched on my list? Of course I'm gonna be hitting Necros. Necros of Unicorn 2-1. Now, as you guys seen on my last list, I hit Necros once before. I only made one hit, and this time I'm only gonna be making one additional hit. I feel like this hit will probably be the last needed hit to Necros. Necros of Unicorn, I know, it doesn't ban the Dijin lock. It doesn't stop your opponent from being Trish. It doesn't stop them from triple Valkying you. But I'm not here to kill the Necros deck. I'm here to slow it down to a pace where other decks can compete with it and it's not dominating 50% of the top tables like it has done this format. Now, Necros of the Unicorn is a very interesting card to hit, you might say. Necros of the Unicorn is just you're like, why? It doesn't really have the best effects. If you ask me, in my opinion, right behind Valkyris and Brio, Necros of Unicorn is arguably their best asset as a card in the deck. Not only does it become a third and a fourth Brionic, it becomes a fifth, sixth, or a fourth, fifth, and sixth Valkyries. This card is just so amazing. And also, hitting it at one makes the Dijin lock a lot more harder, quote unquote, to make. Seeing that your opponent only has one Necros of Unicorn as opposed to 3, they might want to use that wisely when they start summoning cards and spamming off, or making an easily breakable Dijin lock. They won't have as much recovery access with the only one Necros of Unicorn. I felt like this is the perfect hit for Necros. I feel like it is the best hit for Necros, still allowing them to be competitive, but then also slowing them down enough so other decks can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Next is semi-limited, and I was kind of stuck between Book of Moon and Thunder King Ryle on this list, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose Thunder King Ryle 2-2 because it's just plenty of reasons why Thunder King Ryle I feel should be going to 2. In a game state where all of the meta decks search out the wazoo, I feel like Thunder King Ryle is a prevalent balance to the meta, almost like a check and counter against all of the good decks. Thunder King Ryle is a very good anti-meta card that a lot of even meta decks could abuse. Shadows could definitely use Thunder King Ryle, you know, just being a light target for their Shadow fusions so they can turn it off anytime they want to. It's really good in just about anything. I mean, hell, even Necros can use it in the mirror match. But the thing is, Thunder King Ryo slows down game states and slows down search-heavy decks, preventing them from playing that aspect of the game. That and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gotten a little better than, you know, just sitting on Thunder King Ryo and back row. Back row is very much hit. Now, I'm not saying that Thunder King Ryo won't bring people playing back row more, something that I would want to Yu-Gi-Oh! I would just say that Thunder King Ryo just brings so many aspects to the game that we need. It would bring back row. It would bring back row destruction. It would bring counters to Thunder King Ryo. I mean, if I could break my rules, I probably would put Thunder King and Book of Moon too, because they're just so perfect in a format where you can always check the Thunder King Ryo deck, checks the meta. I mean, who would argue with that? Thunder King Ryo has some very interesting qualities. It might be a little overpowered for this meta, but I would definitely give it a try at 2. I mean, the OCG does have it at 3. Alright guys, we are only within minutes away from TheCaliEffectX perfect meta in the world. But what card will he take off the list and completely unlimit? Now, there's a plethora of cards on the list that I feel are just bad and shouldn't be there. I mean, there's Glow Up Bulb, you know, and it's once per duel effect. Yeah, that's like kind of useless right now or any given time. And then there's just, I mean, Debris Dragon, who just hasn't been doing anything at all. Like, why is this on the list? There are quite a few cards that could arguably be completely off the list, but I'm going to make one that I feel not only makes a subtle impact on the meta, but also shouldn't be on the list anyways. We're going to be talking about Gold Sarcophagus. Now, Gold Sarcophagus to 3 had a couple of ramifications. First of all, we have to remember why Gold Sarcophagus went to 1. It went to 1 because of Dragon Rulers. All of the Dragon Rulers are banned. So that's the first point why I feel that it'd be moot. Secondly, Gold Sarcophagus ultimately isn't that great of a card. I mean, there are some hidden motives because I want it to be in Ritual Beast a lot more, but other than that, Gold Sarcophagus doesn't really do anything good. Like, at 2 turns later, after getting your face smashed in, you get the cards in your hand that you thought was eventually good that can get you ahead of the game. The only genuine deck that could abuse it is Ritual Beast, and I mean, they'll get a little more consistent. Something that they do need to be able to compete at any high level event. I really don't think Gold Sarcophagus will make that much of an impact. Hell, I'll be surprised if Ritual Beast even used 3 Gold Sarcophagus. It's just a very interesting card I wanted to throw out there. I don't think that it's a good card. I just don't. I'm sorry. I mean, banishing a card from your deck isn't that great. And I can't think of too many combos with it other than Necroface, but then, I mean, where do you go from there? I mean, there's a couple of cute combos with that, but that doesn't break any of the decks that we have right now. So, why not? Thank you guys for watching another segment of The Cali Effect. As biased as my list was, I did provide a list of responses and reasons why I feel the cards should come off the list or go to the list. I would like to know, what do you guys think should be your 4 cards? Now keep in mind, you have to pick 1 banned card, 1 limited card, 1 semi-limited card, and then 1 card to be unrestricted. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all guys, enjoy.